I have something crazy to share with you today. The Big Bang disproves atheism. Stay tuned.
Yes, that is fucking crazy because it does not do that. I really don't understand why you think the Big Bang destroys atheism. It has literally nothing to do with atheism. But then again, Christians are always mixing up the Big Bang theory, evolution, and all that with whether or not God exists.
How is it that in the world today, the Big Bang is seen as something that fits right into the idea that God doesn't exist?
I don't know if anybody here has said, oh, the Big Bang happened, therefore God doesn't exist. Generally, when it comes up, it's from like creationists or people that don't accept that the Big Bang happened or bringing it up, the Big Bang. We respond to that by saying, no, yes, we got fucking pictures and shit. We could see that what happened at the inflation of the universe. It's very odd how they are quick to try to turn the tables on us and tell us, gaslighting us, into thinking that we're the ones that are bringing up the Big Bang as some kind of proof that God doesn't exist. That's not even an argument against God.
Now, when I say the words Big Bang, almost everyone thinks of something different based on the background in which they grew up.
Wait a second, before he gets into defining it, how is the Big Bang different from in different areas where you grew up?
I don't know, but if that's the case, we have a problem with fucking education in this country.
Yes, honey, we do have a problem with education in this country if we're teaching different versions of the Big Bang in different portions of the United States. I don't think that that's actually how it works. I'm not sure what he means, but let's see what he's defining as the Big Bang, which, as most, if not all of you know, the Big Bang is actually kind of a misnomer because it wasn't really a bang. It was actually an inflation of the universe that happened. And we know that it happened. As to the cause of it happening, we're still a bit unclear, but we do have a really good hypothesis for how it could have happened naturally. The best hypothesis for what caused the Big Bang is a fluctuation in a quantum scalar field that we've labeled as the inflaton field. Now, this inflaton field, prior to the inflation of the universe, was in a false vacuum state. Something caused it to move from that false vacuum state up over a hump and into a true vacuum state. This movement over the hump and falling down into this true vacuum state caused an enormous release of energy, like huge. And so that initially inflated the universe. And then that energy transformed into what would become the matter that we have today in our universe. So that is science's best explanation for what caused the inflation of the universe. The fact that the inflation of the universe happened is very much a fact.
So for this video, when I say the words Big Bang, I am simply referring to the start of the universe. I'm in no way referring to evolution or anything else that some people may say came after the Big Bang.
Let me get this straight. He accepts the Big Bang, which is the start of the universe, as he would say, which that's true, but it's also not exactly fully explaining what the Big Bang was. It was the inflation of the universe, which is a bit different than just starting of the universe, because the universe that we have today is very different from the universe that we kind of started with, because the universe that we started with was so dense and hot with this energy that not even light could travel through it. It was actually about 300,000 years before light could even travel. And it was about that same amount of time before atoms could even form. I would say that the initial the initial start of the universe is very different from what we have now. But that's just a bit nitpicking. I'm fine with the Big Bang being the start of the universe.
As we look at the start of the universe, or the Big Bang, you have to realize that for years, atheists have been trying to stay away from the evidence that the universe has a definite beginning. The reason being, they know that if there is a definite beginning to the universe, they have a huge problem.
Well, no, that's not actually the reason why, because you're totally neglecting the whole history behind our ideas about the universe and whether or not it's eternal or whether it started at one point. We weren't scared of it because of, oh, well, if there was a beginning, that means there was a God. That's not at all what we thought. All of the information that we had gathered up until the point that we had postulated the Big Bang or the inflation of the universe, I believe that was George, I'm not going to pronounce his last name right. I just know it. I'm too Southern for that shit.
Le maître.
Anyways, he was the first one to postulate the inflation of the universe. He was religious, very deeply religious. So nobody was scared of postulating it. It's just that we didn't have any evidence up until that point to suggest that it was started at some point or that it did start at some point in the past. All of the indication that we have up until that point was that the universe was eternal. And I still think that there's a portion of reality that is somewhat eternal. This underlying fabric of reality that sits just underneath our universe, the fabric of reality that governs our universe. I think that could possibly be eternal, but our universe definitely had a beginning, and that says literally nothing about whether or not God exists.